Welcome to Northern Chronicles, where ancient legends, warriors, and civilizations shape destiny through survival.
When Arctic storms swallowed the land, Viking homes remained unshaken beneath snow and relentless northern winds.
Their curved walls did not fight the wind. They guided it, turning fury into harmless motion.
2 meters of earth and living roots formed walls that trapped heat with astonishing efficiency.
The hearth stretched through the hall, storing fire's strength inside stone long after flames faded.
Human bodies themselves became heat sources, transforming shared living into a renewable thermal resource. Animals breathed warmth into the structure, their bodies working as living furnaces through winter nights. Entrances were small and shielded, forcing cold air to slow before touching the living space. Smoke gathered beneath the rafters, creating a protective ceiling that trapped precious heat below.
That smoke preserved timber, repelled insects, and quietly strengthened the house from within.
Snow itself became insulation, sealing the structure inside nature's own frozen armor.
Inside turf walls, trapped air pockets slowed heat loss, with physics Vikings mastered instinctively.
Birch bark waterproofed the roof, while heavy turf pressed warmth firmly inside the structure. Living grass bound the roof together, turning architecture into a growing extension of earth.
Where timber was scarce, peat burned long and steady, conserving fuel through relentless winters.
Snow piled higher against their walls, sealing every crack with nature's silent, insulating shield.
Concentrated bodies transformed shared space into collective warmth no individual could generate alone.
Stone beneath the hearth absorbed heat all day, releasing warmth slowly through freezing darkness.
Stone beneath the hearth absorbed heat all day, releasing warmth slowly through freezing darkness.
Where timber was scarce, peat burned long and steady, conserving fuel through relentless winters.
Where timber was scarce, peat burned long and steady, conserving fuel through relentless winters.
Livestock below released constant body heat, rising naturally toward the people above.
Concentrated bodies transformed shared space into collective warmth no individual could generate alone.
Viking villages were shaped by landscape, built low and curved to survive relentless Arctic exposure.
Whence grass roots stitched the earth together, preventing collapse while strengthening thermal resistance.
Heat rose naturally from animals below, guided upward by deliberate Viking architectural planning.
The Longhouse interior was organized around fire, the beating heart of Viking winter survival.
Stone foundations beneath the hearth stored thermal energy, releasing warmth gradually through night.
Stone foundations beneath the hearth stored thermal energy, releasing warmth gradually through night. Smoke gathered strategically overhead, forming insulation while preserving structural timber from decay.
Snow drifts sealed the exterior walls, stabilizing temperatures against violent atmospheric fluctuations.
Inside the Longhouse, stability replaced chaos, proof of controlled environmental mastery.
When winter attacked, Viking engineering endured, preserving life through calculated design.
Corners were sealed meticulously, preventing drafts that could drain warmth faster than fire restored it.
Daily life revolved around shared heat, ensuring energy was concentrated and never wasted unnecessarily.
Rounded longhouse forms allowed Arctic winds to flow around structures instead of battering them.
Even after flames weakened, stored heat lingered within stone, earth, and shared bodies.
Smoke-coated beams resisted insects and moisture, extending structural lifespan across generations of Vikings. Viking survival depended not on excess fuel, but disciplined environmental understanding.
For Vikings, warmth began at dawn, maintained carefully before winter could reclaim the hall.
Vikings allowed snow to accumulate, knowing it strengthened insulation around their homes. Layered earth construction slowed heat transfer, reducing temperature loss through Viking longhouse walls. Shared proximity allowed Vikings to conserve body heat through deliberate communal living arrangements. Curved architecture reduced structural stress, preserving stability against powerful northern winter winds. Vikings relied on livestock warmth, integrating animal life directly into architectural planning. Peat fuel provided Vikings with consistent heat, minimizing dependency on scarce timber resources. Vikings tolerated controlled smoke layers to trap warmth beneath the longhouse roof. Beneath heavy snow, Viking settlements maintained stable microclimates within their engineered structures. Through discipline and design, Vikings transformed brutal winters into survivable seasonal conditions.
Vikings tolerated controlled smoke layers to trap warmth beneath the longhouse roof.
Through discipline and design, Vikings transformed brutal winters into survivable seasonal conditions.
Beneath heavy snow, Viking settlements maintained stable microclimates within their engineered structures.
Vikings reinforced interior walls with wool and hides, adding layered insulation against persistent cold. Maintenance was constant, as Vikings repaired turf walls before weaknesses invited winter inside.
The immense roof weight anchored Viking homes securely against shifting winter gales.
Door discipline reduced airflow, ensuring heat remained concentrated within the longhouse interior.
Even minimal fire maintained comfort, because stored heat remained trapped within insulated boundaries. Vikings understood natural convection, allowing rising warmth to distribute evenly without mechanical systems. Animal presence stabilized indoor climate, supplementing hearth heat during prolonged winter darkness. Through system thinking, Vikings preserved warmth efficiently across entire winter seasons. Animal presence stabilized indoor climate, supplementing hearth heat during prolonged winter darkness.
Lower central floors allowed cooler air to settle away from elevated Viking sleeping platforms.
Vikings oriented longhouses strategically, minimizing surface exposure to dominant Arctic wind patterns.
During severe weather, Vikings adjusted behavior, conserving energy and reducing interior heat loss.
Livestock respiration added humidity and warmth, subtly influencing Viking indoor microclimates.
Viking engineering transformed Arctic conditions into manageable seasonal realities.